Hey everybody, it's Linda with Foxy's Creations, and I'm coming to you tonight with spool beads and gesso all over my hands because I was already playing or working on them. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do some spool beads. I'm getting it brought up on my phone. Hi Deborah, how are you? Thank you for coming. I'm getting my phone set up so I can see chat on the phone. So we're going to make spool beads. And I'm going to give Erin Klossner credit because she's the only person that I've seen really make spool beads. So first of all, I gessoed all my little wooden spools. Well, most of them. This one's left undone because I have ideas for these too. And then I took buttons, shank buttons. So if you got buttons from my sewing, you got some shank buttons. Here's what we can do with our shank buttons before we cut the shanks off. And I'll show you how I made that with this one that matches it. So how are you? I'm doing good. We got Mother's groceries all done. We don't have to do that again for about 2 weeks. She buys hers 2 weeks at a time, which is good. So I just cut off a piece of wire. I didn't even measure it because it just needs to be able to go through the spool. And then I put it through the shank. And I grabbed the two ends together, crossed them, and I used the button to help twist the wire tight. And it doesn't have to be real tight. It just needs to be twisted. Because as you see, it's not real tight. But that, to me, that makes a cute little flower just by itself with its little stem. But that's not what we're making. So then I just trim off the excess. And all that's going to go down inside the spool, so I'm not worried about it. And that will pull the button tight. So that's how I made those. This one is made with the 2-hole button. I just put the wire through both sides of the button, pulled it down, twisted it, cut off the excess. So it's made the same way except going through the holes. This is a 2-hole button, so I can show you on this one. Wait, here's more 2-hole buttons that are better. So I'll use that one. It matches the other ones. Where'd my wire go? So again, I just pulled off a length of wire, snipped it off, and put wire through both ends and pulled it tight like thread. And this is very thin gauged wire because you don't need anything thick. Hi, whoever else came in. Thank you for coming. And again, I'm using the button to help twist it all. And then that little tiny piece of extra right there, I'm just going to snip that off. And there we go. So then another thing I did was I took a shipping label from Dollar Tree. They're 4x6, set my printer to 4x6, and printed this as an Artie Mae's page from one of her kits. I printed it out 4x6. Then I cut this into 1-inch strips because my spools measure 1 inch, and of course I cut it too well. That's on the edge. So when I pull that off, it may work. Just so I could wrap it around the middle of the spool. So we're going to go on and decorate this one. Oh, that's perfect. And it's a sticker, so it just needs to wrap around the spool. And then I'm just going to mash it down. So there's that. Now what we're going to do is take our button, push it through the spool, and pull on it. Then what we're going to do, I needed to find beads. I should have had beads out for this because we need beads. But before beads, we need a bead cap. So I have these bead caps that are kind of bigger. I think I want to use one of these little gold ones. And I just have to thread my wire through the top of the bead cap and pull it down to cover the hole. Oh, still too much. Whoops. Okay, I may need to put a bead on there first because I need to stop this from moving around. So I think a 6mm bead would be the perfect size of a bead. So I'm going to get some beads because I wasn't ready yet all the way. So let me see. I need beads that match, kind of. Let's see. These are 4mm is too little. Those are all the wrong color. Ooh. Oh, I know what would work really well, but I gotta find them. Now y'all are hearing me rattle, rattle, rattle. Those might work, but I don't want them to go down in the hole. This is $4mm. Again, wrong size. Those are way too big. I should have been more prepared. I apologize, guys. Flowers. Aha. These pink ones would work. And I think these will work. That's the ones I was looking for. So, now that we found beads, I'm going to try one of these and hopefully it won't get lost on the middle. These are little, I don't remember what they're called, but they have little gemstones around the edge. Camera focus. And so I'm thinking, oh, see, it fell right through. That's not going to work. I want one that's going to kind of go down in but not fall through to hold the pin straight and still. And when I cut these off this strand, they're going to go everywhere. Maybe we can control it. So we're going to put one of these on here. And see, it doesn't drop all the way. Well, yes, it kind of did, didn't it? Nope, it got stuck. Okay, that's what I wanted. I needed it to get stuck. Because now my wire can't wiggle woggle, which is what I wanted. Now we can put the bead cap on it. I still might want to glue that down. And now we can add other beads and decorate some of this. Yeah, I'm going to put a drop of glue. Let's see. Is this regular tacky glue? Yes. I'm going to put just a tiny bit of tacky glue where the bead cap is. Hopefully the edge of it's going to catch it. And we're still wiggle woggling. That's a technical term, wiggle woggle. The glue is going to dry clear. I just need it to catch my bead cap. So we're going to set that aside to dry for a moment while we make another one. So make sure this doesn't have to be recut. It's going to need a smidgen cut off. I made them 1 inch. I should have made them a little less than 1 inch. So put this in the paper. I'm trying to do it on camera. I need it to be just barely. That's scoot it over. That's not straight. That didn't cut anything off. Try it again. There we go. Oh, it's not cutting all the way through. And that's a new blade. And now it's way shorter because I didn't think it was cutting. Let's just see how it's going to look. We might can dress it up somehow. Oh, yeah, that's fine. So I just have to peel it. And we're going to put it on here. Try to keep it straight. This is really pretty paper. And we're going to take, what button did we use? One of those ones. Another one of those buttons. And I'm going to put glue here. Under where the button's going to sit. Which may also keep my wire from moving around too much. Drop another one of these beads on here. Put it through. And move my button to the center. And then I'm going to put a little glue on the top. I wonder, you guys, we're going to do this one a little differently. No, we're not. Grab a bead cap. Since our bead cap doesn't really show, I'm wondering if we could do it this way. We got our glue on there. Turn it over and put the bead cap the other way so it kind of sinks down into the hole a little bit. Like that. So we'll try that one that way. And make sure we pull our button tight so it'll sit. There we go. So this was my plan. Hey, Angela, how are you? Thanks for coming. Hey, Debbie, how are you? Thank you for coming. Yes, we're doing good, and I should have checked this first to see if I needed to trim it, because I probably do. So I'll just trim it since I peeled it already. We're just making some altered spools or spool beads, whatever you want to call them. Dangles for journals, zipper pulls. Ooh, these would make some awesome zipper pulls on a jacket. And get this other little button. Put some glue. And pull it through. And then we're going to drop a bead on here. Now we need a bead cap. And I think I'm going to let's do a silver one, upside down. Well, that's a gold one. But I want to put glue here. Drop our bead cap on. Like that. And set that aside. So that's what we're doing. Also have this cute little ribbon out that we could wrap like around the rim once we are as further decoration. And it's got places you could hang little dangles from if you wanted to. Thank you, Angela. Now you'll have a tutorial. Well, I don't know if this could be considered a tutorial. It's my way of doing it. But yep. Okay. So let's see. Now I want to use, because this has some pink in it, I'm going to use these pink beads and more of those little white ones because they're sparkly. So you would use whatever beads you have that match what you're making. Because I used to make jewelry, I had a lot of beads in my stash. Well, not a lot anymore, but. You were looking for the spools on Amazon? I don't know where Ramona got the spools. Probably from Amazon. But I can ask her and let y'all know where she got them. Or she may have gotten them from eBay. She shops a lot, either eBay and Amazon. I know autocorrect is funny. So now what we're going to do, we're going to go back to the first one. And I'm going to put a pink bead. Oh, y'all, I had some sparkly ones that were small. They would have fell through the hole, but they would work for this. So let me find the sparkly ones. I think they were in. So we're not in that one. This one. That's not the right sparkly beads. Are these sparkly? No, they're not sparkly. Well, I had sparkly beads. These are sparkly beads. Wait, no, that's the wrong thing. That's the wrong thing. Now I can't find the sparkly ones. So we're just going to bypass the sparkly beads altogether. I had 4mm beads. Those are 3 millimeter, kind of goldish, kind of. They might be cute. They're not exactly what we were looking for, but they might be cute. Try one more drawer. Those are too plain. Okay, we're done looking. I give up. I give up. So, oh, wait a minute. I don't give up that easy. I had some on my desk right here. These are what we need. Little tiny white crystals. So we're going to put one of these. That's cute. Maybe another one. We'll put 3 in the middle. Two. And I got these crystals on eBay, you guys. Okay, so there's 3. Put another bead on the top. I kind of like how that looks. And we'll put a little bead cap on top of that. Our bead cap is too big, so we're going to take it back off because I don't like it. And find a different bead cap. So, I know where the bead caps are. They're right here. I just need the gold ones. Those are way too big. Well, so it looks like we're going to need to go into this container. I think I'm missing a container of bead caps. Yeah, because I have some that stand up kind of. But they're not where they're supposed to be. And that one was too big. So we may leave it like that. I don't know. I'm so not ready for this. Hi, Disorganized. How are you? Thank you for coming in. Welcome to my channel. I'm doing good. Nick, I think, is in there. If you hear snoring, it's either the dog or Nick, because I think Nick took a nap. And I'm going to check to see where my bead caps are. Oops. Lots of noise. I thought they were all together, but they're not, evidently. But I did see some in one of my... Maybe. One of these baggies has bead caps. Let's try and see. The kind that I want, anyway. But no, of course not. Yeah. I wanted the ones that stand up a little bit. Oh, wait, maybe they're in a different area. No, they're not in here either. Well, I don't know that I have enough wire left to use these ones, and they're very tall. It's antique copper. And I'm thinking, yeah, see, they're going to go right down over that bead. Nope, we don't want that either. Okay, you guys, we're going to go with the gold one. We're just going to go with it. I have used those as little angel halos in the past. Okie dokie. Hi, Carla. How are you? Thank you for coming. So now I just need to find my purple handled pliers so that we can make a loop so that we have a way to hang it later. And I had, oh, here they are. Round nose pliers. So what I'm going to do is bend it, turn my pliers over, and bring it back around, and wrap it. And I am not the best wire wrapper in the world. I just need to make sure I get it tight down to that bead cap so my bead cap will stop moving. And now we get to snip off the excess of the little wire. Being careful not to snip the bead cap. There we go. Now, stand my loop back up. So here's what we have. A button at the bottom, which I'm going to put a flat back on. And then we have this, and we have this, and it will dangle from a journal that's like the spine of a journal. And we're not through decorating yet. So let me see what else we can do. Oh, we need a flat back. That's what I was looking for. For the bottom. And I just want a pretty little pink one that goes in the middle. I think this will fit in the middle of our button. It's too big. We need a smaller size. And I don't really like the pearl. Oh, is that small enough? That one is small enough to fit in the middle of our button. So, and our button is not centered, which is going to drive me up a wall. We'll move it. So, need a little bit of glue. And then our little flat back. And we're going to set this to dry somewhere. That's not going to work. Well, I have a jar. Put it over there inside the jar lid. And I'm going to need 2 more of those little pinkish purpley ones. So we can do the other 2 buttons the same way. Oh, come on. I just had one. I think that's too big. Yep, that one's too big. We need a smaller. The smaller one. It's orange. Orange. I should have Nick separate these by color. He would kill me if I handed this to him and said, I need these separated by color. There's one. That's a green one. And there's one. Okay, so I got 2 more. We're good. Set this aside out of the way, and gosh, that would be bad if that spilled, wouldn't it? Okay. So to decorate it further, well, we got to let stuff dry. That's where we are. So now we can go back to one of these. And I'm going to do white. Well, I'm still going to do the pink. With the little white beads. And we're going to put 3 of these little crystals on here because they're sparkly. And we need sparkly. I can get it on here. There we go. So 1, 2, 3. Another bead on top. So this is a good use for like little 1-inch strips of paper that you might have left over, cut-offs. Put it on your little spools. And we have one of these ones, so we're going to put another one of these ones. Is it one of these ones? No. And that didn't even go through the middle. It went through a side. That's not the one. I think it was one of these over here. See, they're just too big. It's just too big. We'll just put a gold one on there because the gold ones are smaller. And I wish I knew where my other ones were. I'm going to get my container back down and look again. Let me do that. The only ones that would work are these little copper ones. They would work. Oh, wait a minute. Here's the little tiny silver ones. I found them. Okay. So, let's take one of these little teeny tiny silver ones. Let's take this gold one off. That's much better. Now we are ready to put our little loop at the top of our wire. And we're just going to wrap it around. Round and around and around. But I need it to, it's not tight enough down to that bead. So I'm trying to get it to go lower. Now I want to snip off the extra. And straighten up my loop so that everything will hang straight. And there we go. Now we need to decorate the bottom. So we're going to get our glue out. That button is not centered either. And put a little flat back thingy on it. Thusly. So that it would be pretty from the bottom. Hi, Brenda. Thank you, Disorganized. And can I get your name? I'm sorry. I don't want to keep calling you the Disorganized. That just don't sound nice. So now this one's ready to hang from a bulb pin on a journal. Well, we're going to still decorate it. But right now, I need to put it where it can sit somewhere on my desk to dry. That little part. Okay, now we got this one. And it's not centered either. And we're still going to, I think we're going to make this one a little bit longer. So we're going to do that. Then put a crystal that I just dropped and lost, I think. They're so tiny. And then put another pink bead. And another crystal. When I find where there it is. And another pink bead. And then we'll put one of the little tiny silver bead caps on top because it fits better. Take our pliers or one of my buttons. Now, if you don't want to wrap it around, what you can do is do this. Pull it up, turn your pliers again, and wrap it back down again. And then just wrap it around once. Now you have a double loop. And I just want to straighten up my loops and squish them together. Now you have a double loop. You didn't have to wrap it, really. We just wrapped it around one time just to secure it. And snip off the extra. This one is a little bit longer of a bead. But isn't that cute? So we have that one. But we still got to put the bottom on it. Now, if we wanted to dangle something off the bottom, I will show you how we could do that. So we have that. We're going to set that one aside to dry. This is another two-hole button. Where did my wire go? I had a spool of wire. Here it is. So I'm going to pull wire. I got sticker paper sticking to stuff over here. So the other day, I made off camera this. It's just 3 pieces of little pearl strands, or 4. It's got a long one of those longer bead caps. So what I can do is thread this through here, grab my button, thread that through there, find the other buttonhole, and pull. So now what I have, once I twist these up, and I'm just using the button to help twist my wires. And I'm going to cut off the excess wire. Now I have this. And I'm going to put it through the middle of a spool. So now I have this. But I'm going to put, well, before we put glue, let's put paper. And that one is cut perfect. So we're going to peel it off. And I printed these on a 4x6 label, and then I cut them out. And that's wanting to go crooked. It's still wanting to go crooked. There we go. So now we got our paper on. Where did our pretty bead go? Put glue on the end. And I'm going to sit here and hold this while I look at chat. Which I can't see. Tiny crystals are found on vacuum day. All right. So now we have this. Once this dries a little bit better. And I want it centered. So I think we're going to set this aside to dry somewhere. We'll swap it with the one in the jar. Because my button just shifted. And make sure my button stays as centered as it can. So now we're back to, I'm throwing beads around on my disc. We're back to this one. The original, the first one. So what I would do is I would glossy accents this with my finger, because that's what I do. So it's nice and shiny and sealed. So we're going to, if my glossy, as long as the glossy accents isn't clogged, which it probably is. It's always clogged. Pardon my reach. So get my needle and try to unclog it. There we go. Unclogged. And there's a magnet up here that I hang those on. So now, oh, Lordy B, that's way too much, you guys. Where did it unclog? Where did a paper towel go? I'm just going to spread a thin coat of this on here to seal the paper and make it shiny. And I do it with my fingers because that way there's no brush strokes. Now it has to dry again. So this is going to be kind of like a process. Do and dry, do and dry. We'll just set that one over there. I have places I'm balancing them. Now we'll do this one. Hopefully not as many glossy accents will come out. Yay. Almost just the right amount. Because I really only want enough for a thin coat. Just to make the whole thing shiny. Set that one back over here to dry. And let me check on chat. Glitter should be outwalled. No, it should not, Brenda. Hey, Kenneth, how are you? Thank you for coming. Sorry I missed you when you first came in. I was sort of gluing stuff. No, I like glitter. So that was something I was going to say you could do is also before you put anything through here, put glue, drop it in glitter. That's an option. Brenda doesn't seem to think so, but I like glitter. It's sparkly and pretty. And we all need some sparkle. So now we're just going to do this. Try not to get sticky everywhere because I'm all stickied up. Okay, and we're going to set this one aside to dry. So now we have 4 beads in the works. And I got glossy accents drying on the desk. See, Deborah likes glitter too. Glitter is your friend, right, Deborah? Glitter is your friend. So I also had out these. So before you cut your shanks off your beads or your buttons, I got this one because it's got a really nice flat spot to put one of those little gems into. And then these look like flowers and they already have a center. Glitter is your nemesis. That's funny. And Kenneth, how are you today? Okay, so we're going to just work with these 4, I think. I want to put some of this little gold trim on them. And I think, well, first we want to cut this yucky part off. Where's our first one? It's over there. We're going to have to let them have time to dry. So we'll just chit-chat for a moment. You have bottles and bottles of glitter. It really, I think, just depends on, like, I usually have wax paper or something down so that I try to limit. I've also used the little red solo cups that you can get at Dollar Tree, the little tiny red ones, and put glitter in those. And that's what I would do here. I would put my glitter in something, put the glue, and then dunk it. So it's a confined craft kind of thing. So let's see. I don't have any of the little red cups handy. They're in the kitchen. But I just dump my glitter in, put the glue, dunk it, and then let it dry. And then any glitter you don't use, you can put right back in your little container. Because glitter tends to want to go everywhere. And I do have a problem with that. So I try to confine my glitter. When I'm using glitter, I try to confine the glitter as much as possible. Oh, you guys, I found more sparkly things. Oh, we're going to have to make another one now. Because I found pretty sparkly things. That would look really good with these white sparkly ones. So, do I have another? I have beads. Now, these are already made. They have sparkles on the bottom already. But that glitter, it came like that, and the glitter's like sealed in. So, we're going to leave these like that. I'm going to put some gluage on the bottom. And thread that through there. That may need a bead cap on it. One of the bigger ones. Oh, that would be cool. A use for the bigger ones. No, it won't work because the shank of the buttons. So we're just going to have to deal with this the best way we can. I'm going to just hold it right there and let it dry for a moment. Doesn't act centered or level. There we go. This one is going to have to dry like this for just a moment. So we get to chat while we let it dry. Let me prop it somewhere. I think maybe a bead cap will work if we do the right one. Let's try it. Oh, let's turn them over before I open the container the wrong way. I think the shank of the button is going to be a problem. Maybe not on this one. Oh, my wire's a problem. Uh-oh. Oh, that works, and that made it all nice and pretty. So now let's thread that down through. Oh, that's pretty. I don't think y'all can see it. It's got the... I need to turn the focus back. Autofocus is off, but I'm going to need to turn it on so y'all can see this stuff. There we go. There we go. So it's got the gold edge on it, and it's got the pretty glittery thing, and it just went all crooked and haywire. And we're just going to let it set and dry. So I'm going to put it over here where I have the other one for that to set for a moment. And that bead cap, another one of these won't work at the top, I don't think, because our beads aren't... Let's see, how big are these beads? Nope. They're too big for the beads. But we have them little tiny silver ones. So that'll work. Oh, I'm missing some chat. So let me grab my phone. Yep, kids in glitter. Oh, yeah, glitter in the eyes is not good. Oh, yeah, Brenda, I remember when she did that. Yes, Carla, we must be in control of the glitter at all times because glitter can go crazy. Glitter and gold. I know I have some really pretty gold glitter that I got at Walmart. It's the ultra fine. Walmart has some really pretty glitters. And I like the ultra fine glitter. I really do. So we're going to try. Let's see what we got with this one. This is the one we had put the long dangle on. Where we threaded it through the button and threaded this through because we had made it earlier. Or I made it off camera. So now we need a bead cap. I wanted one of those little silver ones. Where did they go? They're in here. Now I'm going to turn it upside down. Oh, we didn't put a bead on here to stabilize. We'll do that first. At least I don't think we did. Now we'll put our bead cap on. Oh, and that went right down in that. Oh, that's not good. Come back, come back. Come back. Well, it's down in there. So that wasn't a good idea because the bead cap just vanished. So we need one of these ones so it doesn't vanish. Yep. But we're going to turn it the opposite way. We're going to put glue on here. Just enough to hold it. And I'm going to sit here and squish this on here and hold it in place while we chat some more. Oh yeah, Brenda, laminate flooring. Mother's doing that in her bedroom, and it looks really pretty. She's going to do the living room, but I think she might regret the living room because her floors are going to be cold. Oh, our button needs to go back. Everything's coming unglued on this one. There, I'll hold it tight like that. There we go. I'm just sitting here holding it. But you're rethinking of the carpet too? And my bead cap has shifted. Okay, we're going to go on and put beads on here because I'm just excited. We're going to put one of these white crystally ones first. And then these pretty pink ones that I found that are all sparkly and pretty. Y'all, the pink ones came from Dollar Bead. You get a strand of beads for $1. It's dollarbead.com. I love their beads. The other ones came from Karen Gillespie. She has a Facebook group. Okay. And I don't think I want a bead cap at the top because we have a lot going on here. So we are just going to pinch that down, get it all straight, and turn the pliers, wrap it. I'm going to do one of those double wraps. Make sure I grab both sides, pull it down. And I don't have a lot of extra wire on this one. But I'm going to snip off the little tiny piece that's on there. If I can get it. It's so little I can't even grab it. So we're not going to worry about it. Oh, wait, there, I see it. Let me turn. Can I get it? I don't know. Just going to mash it in. And I need to straighten up the loop just a little bit. Pull it back to center. Because I need this to hang straight when I hang it. And this may get trimmed, if but that hanging on the spine of a book, and that would be really pretty, don't you think? And that's how that one, trying to get where you can see it. Oops, where's the camera? It needs its glossy accents to seal the edge of the paper down. But isn't that pretty with the long dangly on there? And we're going to turn autofocus back off, I think. After we get it to focus on something. because I can't zoom in. I know there's a way to zoom in on this camera. I just haven't figured it out yet. I can do it as long as I'm not live. Once I go live, the camera settings are like, they don't work. This is not gluing. I guess I should stop messing with it, and then it will glue. So we're going to lay it down and let it dry. Okay. So next we need one of the first ones that we did. And I hope its Glossy Accents is dry. Probably not. Almost. We're just going to let it rest. And I'll come back to chat. Right. Oh, thanks, Deborah. Thanks, Carla. Oh, I disassemble stuff too. All kinds of stuff. So I need to go to the other room for just a moment. I'll be right back. And then hopefully that will be ready to go. And I have some from the Dollar General. No, I don't. I have them from Hobby Lobby and Joann's and Michael's. When they run them on sale, I have some of those in my stash as well. Okay, I'm back. What did I miss? What did y'all talk about while I was gone? Nothing. Y'all didn't talk about nothing, which is probably good. Okay, so now I want to glue this ribbon, but I think I want to do it, at the top. So what I'm going to do, if I can get my glue to cooperate, well, let me measure it. We need this much. With that cut all wonky. Now if I can get the glue to cooperate, we just want a little bit of glue all the way around. So that's all I'm doing, you guys, is I'm just putting a bead of glue all the way around. And now I'm going to press this into that bead of glue. And wrap it. And I got it too long, so I need to snip off Just a little tiny bit. And I need to put some more tacky glue up here. Okay, let me wipe my fingers off on a paper towel. Oh, wow, Brenda. So we need to go out around midnight and look to the east. Okay. Oh, cool. I hadn't heard about that. Now, we could put another piece with the loops going up like this. And I'm going to make the camera. Uh-oh. Let me just pull that. So see, we could put another one. I think that's really pretty. And then I think we would be done with this bead. Oh, there's one more thing we could do. So I need to snip my little ribbon. And it's just going to barely meet, but that's okay. It's going to meet. I'm going to flip it around and run the bead of glue again all the way around it. I think I got too much stuff on my desk and my camera can't focus. It's my thing. And then we're going to take our little ribbon I'm running it right up against the edge of the spool. And I need a little bit more glue here for that end piece. It has something to hang on to. Make its little loop. All right, I'm going to have to snip that little loopy part off. There we go. Pull that back together. These would also make kind of cute little Christmas ornaments, I think. Could you imagine these hanging on a tree? And I need to dab off all this excess glue. And so now let's set the camera. And that's what we have. Where's the camera? Oops. So that's what we have, guys. Oh, it almost focused. Focus, focus. And I'm going to pull it back up. I'm trying to block everything out except the bead. It's not going to focus. But that's what we have. And I think it's really pretty and would be pretty hanging on a tree, hanging on the side of a journal. So that one is completed. Thank you, Disorganized and Carla and Deborah. I'm glad y'all like it. And they're pretty from the bottom. So this one already has its glossy accents as well. And I don't have a lot of different tiny trims, but we do have other stuff. Where is that stuff? I have Spool. Somewhere on my desk, I'm sure. Y'all, I gotta clean my desk off again. I clean it and then I do stuff and then, yeah. And then it just gets all like this again, to where I can't find anything. I know I have stuff. I just can't find my stuff. Okay. I have bling. Oh, there's some. That's purple, though. We don't want purple. I wanted the gold or the silver bling. Or wait a minute. Oh, wait. I found it. The gold bling. I found the gold. We have this. So I'm going to open it up. And we're not going to use the whole. We're going to use just one little strand on the top and the bottom. But I need to measure. So I need to cut it here. And then we need to cut these into strips. And this is just 3 strips wide. Okay, so now we have 3 of these little strips. Let's move our other gold ribbon. And we're going to do the same thing. I'm just going to run a bead of the tacky glue around the edge. My fingers look horrible. Then I'm going to just put this on here in the tacky glue. And it's 1 bead too long, so snip that off. And then we have that. So now I'm going to do the bottom the same way. And I already know it's a bead too long, so I'm going to snip that 1 little bead off. And just put the glue around it. I'm getting it right up against that edge. If this will cooperate, I'm going to get it right up against the edge. And pull it tight together. And there we go. Oh, and my little gemstone moved. We'll put it back. And now my blingy stuff moved. Oh my goodness. And I know chat moved. So disorganized, your name is Nikki? Oh, so I don't have to scroll up. Thank you. Thank you so much, Nikki. I'm glad that you like it. And you could also put some chain here and make it dangle longer from your journal side. I think they're really pretty. I'm trying to pull this around tightly. So there's that one, and it's got the little bead on the bottom, so it's pretty from the bottom and from the top and from the side. They're just really pretty. And we have, I need to finish this one. So bling or ribbon for this one. And this one is the one with the long tassel that I think what I want to do is make them even. So they need a haircut. That's the shortest one. Yeah, that looks better. You're going to have to do them now, Nikki. That's funny. This one, though, before we do anything else, it needs its glossy accents on it. And we could do ribbon and bling. Put the ribbon at the top and then put the bling. I need to seal down the edge of the paper better. So we're just going to glossy accent it. And there we go. And so I'm going to lay it down to dry. And that is Muff that you hear snoring. And this one over here, I am going to put some tacky glue under this. The bead cap dried, but the button is not yet. So I'm just going to add a dot of glue under there. And we need to put its paper on. So we can do that. So the little mailing labels from the Dollar Tree, you get 18 of them. Just put them in your printer. Set your printer at 4x6 paper. And then you can print any background paper that you have from kits. Like this came from Artie Mae's in one of her kits. And it just printed it out perfectly. It shrank it down and everything. So that it's the perfect size pattern for this project. Or any 1-inch strips of paper that you have left over from other projects would work, at least for these spools, because they're a 1-inch spool. I'm just trying to make sure I don't get wrinkles in it because it's not wanting to go straight. Okay. And I'm going to glossy accent it. And then all of this can dry at the same time while we work on the other. We only have these two left of the ones that I made tonight. That button is just not wanting to sit in there. And it may not sit in there tightly until I add the other stuff and pull the wire. I'm hoping I can get it to. I'm going to stand it up on the button. There. Okay. So now we're back to just chatting while we wait on things to dry again. Hey, Teresa, how are you? Thank you for coming. You should have got your box yesterday. I think it was, yeah, everything was delivered yesterday except for a couple of, except for like the Canada and the Denmark. And I hope you found everything in your box okay. And I am having another sale on Sunday, you guys, at noon Central Time, and we're going to have stuff that we didn't have last time. So it'll be noon Central, Sunday, so just in a few days. More fabric. It won't be Christmas fabrics this time. More buttons, some napkins that we didn't get to, and a bunch of crafty things that we didn't have a chance to get to at all. Well, I'm so glad you love everything, Teresa. Thank you so much. Okay. We are on this bead, but I don't think its glossy accents is quite dry yet, so we're going to wait a moment. And I think on this one, I want to put a piece of the ribbon and a piece of the bling. I think what I'm going to do is cut these little edges off. And I could probably use that to measure the ribbon with while we're waiting on it to dry. So we'll put the ribbon at the top and the little blingy stuff at the bottom. So this is a cool way to use up stuff that we have in our stash. Your buttons with shanks on them. And don't forget to thumbs up, everybody. I hate to say that. And I am going to put up a recorded video about how I think the COPPA, however you say it, law is going to affect this channel. And I could be wrong. So I'm going to put up a video and see what y'all think and anybody else thinks on my thinking, because my thinking could be skewed. You know what else we could put in the middle of these? I'm sitting here looking at this really pretty washi tape. It's too wide, but we could cut it. Wouldn't that be pretty? So let's take out a piece. I'm trying to think how we would need to cut it. We'd have to cut the pink edges off. Oh no. Or we could put it on paper. There we go. And then trim it. Yeah, it's not washi tape at that point, but I have some coffee dyed paper strip. That's the right size. So let's do this. I'm going to washi tape to my paper. I'm going to try to center this on my paper. And that should be long enough to go around the bead. And now, oh, that's like cricket. Wonder if we can, oh, it's not going to peel off. Crud. Well, we can glue back. Just need to be able to get it on here straight so I can trim it. Well, phooey. I just tore my paper. Okay, this was a good idea in theory. Let's see if we can fix it. I just lost our bling. I think there's a way to fix it. Even if it's cricket, all I need to trim off was the very pink edges. So I'm not going to worry about it being on here cricket. Because as long as it goes on the bead straight, it doesn't matter. And I want to cut that off. And I'm going to have to glue this one to the bead. So that's okay. We're going to glue. And I want to cut the paper off. Okay. So now I want the tacky glue. I think the sticker paper was probably easier. And I'm just putting tacky glue all over the bead. Or the spool, because it's not a bead yet, it's still a spool. And I have a little sticky outy part. There we go. And it got grab some pearls. Okay. Now it seems to be still a little too wide. So I'm going to trim off this side. Thusly. There we go. And I'm going to only overlap it a little bit, and then I'm going to snip it off. And try to stick this down to each other. Like that. Okay. Wipe my fingers off. And I'm going to go in and put the glossy accents on this one before we do anything else. And just that way it can stand up and dry. And there we go. Stand it up back there to dry. Get the plastic paper off the table. Okay. Check on how our beads are doing. Make sure everything's still sticking. We have this one that's drying so we can decorate it the rest of the way. Okay, so with this one, we're going to put this at the top edge. So I'm going to take the tacky glue and I'm going to put that bead of glue right around here. And then I'm going to take the little sparkly ribbon and get it right up against that edge and wrap it around. And I got to snip off just a tiny. But my scissors have got all kinds of stuff on them now. Let's get that off there. From where I cut the washi tape. Okay, and now we can just push this right in the glue, right around to that, and they'll match up perfect. Okay, so now we have that. And it's not going to focus again. Now I'm going to take a bead of glue at the bottom. I'm going to flip the bead around because I work better that way. And we're going to put the blingy stuff on it. And I like tacky glue because it grabs and it dries clear. Okay, now we got the bling. And I'm going to put it right up against the edge again. And just pull it around.